Hello and welcome to my garden and the dinosaurs who live there, and this third video in the Growing Together series where I show you how to grow fruit, veg and flowers, and hopefully you can get your kids of all ages involved so that they can see how easy it is, how fun it is, and get the growing bug themselves. So today we are going to sow a third thing, and that thing is radish. This particular radish is called Saxa 2, but there's all sorts of types of radish that you can get. This one's a little, this little red ball radish, and I'm sure you all know radishes are they'll grow to about that size, and they're peppery and they're great in salads. So this will go along with the salad leaves that you started last week. Okay, so let's get sowing. So again, it's a radish radish seeds that we're going to be sowing today. And this is a little bit fiddly because they are quite small seeds. So let's just, oops, a daisy. So, let's do it that way. So that's radish seeds, quite tiny. So the idea is that we're going to sow them and harvest them from this pot. So we're not going to sow them here and then move them elsewhere. We're actually going to use this pot, we're going to sow them, and then we are going to let them grow in here, and ultimately we're going to harvest them from here. This pot is about 5 inches tall and 6.5 inches in diameter, so it's a reasonably large pot. And I've already got some damp compost in there, and the compost isn't up to the top, it's about 1.5 inches, 2 inches from the top of the pot. But it's quite a deep pot because we want to give the radishes plenty of space to grow. Right, so the idea is to just take your radish seeds and just pop them in individually if you can. So I'm just taking 1 or 2 and just popping them in just a few, maybe 1 inch apart. Now, if we have too many seeds in here and we have too many plants growing, it's okay, because we can just take some of the radish seedlings out, and it's called thinning, when you're thinning the quantity of seeds that you have. So it's fine to have too many, to put too many seeds in at this point, because not all of the seeds will germinate and form plants, and also you can thin out the radishes. So that's me popped a few in. There's a couple of extra ones for good measure. The rest I'm going to put back into their little packet, and if a few fall over the edge, that's fine, because they're in the pot now. And I'll put this away safely. Okay, so that's the seeds put on top of the compost, and the last thing to do is to take some more compost and just sprinkle that over the top of the radish seeds. So you're wanting maybe about a quarter inch, half inch of compost on top of the seeds. And I'm just pressing down just so that the compost on top makes contact with the seeds, and they in turn make contact with the wet compost underneath. Right, and then a little further water in the top, again using a fine spray or a fine flow of water so that you don't make the seeds go too deep into the compost. There we go. And that is us. So we just need to pop a little label on that. Let me just show you the labels that I use. Bear with me. So I have these little plastic labels, but you can make your own labels. You could even cut pieces of old milk cartons into this sort of shape and use them as labels, or you can stick a tape, maybe a yellow tape on the side of the pot and use that to label it. But generally I'll also use this type of pen called a Sharpie. This happens to be a blue one, but you can get all sorts of colours. So what I will do is just write on the label what I have sewn. So it is a radish, and the type is Saxa 2. And then on the other side, I'll put today's date, which is the 4th of April. And then I just pop that in here. And you can see it sits like that. And so that I won't run the risk of forgetting what's in this pot. So that's my radish seeds sewn. Where will I put this? Well, you could, again, put this on your window ledge, and until you start seeing things happen, until you start seeing the seedlings come through. I'm not going to put this in a plastic bag. We're now at a time of year when things are happening a little bit more quickly, so I think these will probably come up on their own. Radishes don't like it too hot either, so it doesn't need to be a really hot window ledge that you put this on, although a bright window ledge is something that you would want to use. And yep, and then we'll have a look in the next couple of weeks and see how these are progressing. Don't forget to make a note in your journal, if you're keeping a journal, of the things that you're planting and when you're planting them and the sorts of pots that you've put them in, because that's always good to refer back to. So now let's have a look at some of the things that I sewed in the earlier videos to see how they are coming along. So I thought I would give you an update on the pea shoots and the salad leaves that I started off in the 2 videos before this one. First of all, the salad leaves, which I sewed last week, and you can see that we're getting a nice collection in this pot. Actually, it's needing a bit of a water. So what happened was I kept an eye on the pot until I started seeing the salad leaves peek through the surface of the compost. Then I took the pot out of the plastic bag that it was in. Just look at video 2 to see all about how to sow these, by the way. Yeah, so I, once the seedlings were sowing through the surface of the soil, I took this out of the bag and left it on my windowsill and just kept an eye on watering. And I just turned it every day because if it's sitting on the windowsill, you can actually see there, it sort of bend towards the light. So if you turn it each day, then you'll keep your seedlings going straight. So I'll continue to water those, and in a couple of weeks' time, maybe 3 weeks' time, we should have our first lot of leaves that we can eat. And these are the pea shoots that I started a couple of weeks ago, and you can see they have gone crazy. And it's good actually because I've got this in a see-through tub. You can see the roots coming from the peas that I sowed, and then you can see the shoots coming up here. Now I probably could have harvested these a few days ago, but I wanted to keep them to show you in this video. But these are absolutely ready to eat, and to harvest them, all you do is take a pair of scissors. Be very careful using scissors, and if you are not allowed to use scissors, please ask your parent or guardian to do this bit for you. And in essence, you just cut some of the pea shoots off. Now you don't need to go right down to the bottom. What I would do is just take a bundle, and then maybe halfway down, just snip, and there we get our scrummy pea shoots. Now you can eat every single bit of this. So literally, and they've got a really nice fresh pea taste, which isn't surprising since they are pea shoots. Oh, they're great. Hang on just a wee second. So just chop them off like that, as many as you want to eat. You don't have to cut them all at once. And you can put these in salads and in sandwiches and in stews and in soups. and they just add a little bit of a green crunch to it, and they taste great. And if you've got any pets, such as guinea pigs or hamsters or rabbits, I'm sure they would appreciate eating some of these too. And if you're like me and you have chickens and you have quail, then they appreciate eating these also. Now, the good thing about this is that this isn't the end of it. So although I've cut the tops off some of these, there's still leaves there and there's still scope to grow. So actually these will grow again and they'll get a little bit taller, and I'll be able to get at least one more crop out of them, maybe a couple of crops. So it's fantastic. So we just used the dried peas that you would maybe use for putting in soup, and we soaked them overnight, and then we put them on top of the soil, covered them with more soil, and then just kept them moist, and this is what we end up with. And video 1 in the Growing Together series will show you all about how we got these started. I'd be really interested to see how you guys are doing with your pea shoots and your loose leaf lettuce. So you can't comment on this video because this video series is aimed at children and YouTube don't let you comment on videos that are aimed at children. But what I have done, and I'll put the link down there, is I have set up a Facebook group, and excuse me, and that you can use to post pictures and comments, etc. So you can show everyone how you're getting on with your growing. And I would love to see you doing that. It would be fantastic. So that's us. We've sown some radish. We have already got our lettuce leaves on the go, and we've got our pea shoots ready to eat. So what's coming next? Well, actually, if I just pop these forward, next week we're going to look at growing flowers, and those flowers are sunflowers, and I'm sure you'll all recognise what sunflowers look like. They tend to be lovely big yellow heads of flowers. Sometimes the plants can be very, very tall, other times they can be quite small, and they're great fun to grow for people of all ages. Now, I know that it's quite hard to get seeds at the moment because garden centres are shut and some of the supermarkets are running out of their seeds. So I have actually got an extra bunch of sunflower seeds. I've got two varieties, one called Big Smile, and this one says it's great for children to grow, and it grows, it's not a tall one, so it maybe grows to about 2 feet tall. So that is one that you can grow and it doesn't take up too much space. And then we've got one of my favourites, this one's called Teddy Bear, and this grows, the Teddy Bear sunflowers are almost like puffballs. They're really fluffy flowers, bright yellow, and they're fantastic. And I've got extra seeds of this as well, and again, great for people of all ages to grow. So I've got lots of these seeds. If you would like me to post you some of these seeds, to mail you some of these, I'm more than happy to do that. And so if you just pop your postal address in an email to me, and my email address for this you can see down here, and I'll put in the description associated with this video also. So if you do that, then I'll pop in the post some seeds, some sunflower seeds, so that you can grow along with me. And I'll probably aim to sow these next week, maybe the week after. Probably, yeah, depends on how many of these I've posted out, just to make sure that everybody gets them on time. If you already have your own sunflowers, then hold fire and we'll grow them together in the next Growing Together video. So anyway, for now, I think that's me, and I hope you're enjoying this series, and I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, please give me a thumbs up and share this with your friends if you think anybody else would be interested in this video and the series of videos to grow along. And yeah, don't forget the Facebook page that you can comment on, and you can post pictures of how you're getting on with your plantings. For now though, I will say bye bye.